Welcome back to Boxing Hideout TV. I am your host, Juice 8888, aka Juice Berry. This is Boxing Hideout TV, home of the ass whooping. We are back once again, and today's topic is Cash Out Keith Thurman. Is he ready for Terrence Crawford, or is this a Terrence Crawford cherry pick? I call it a cherry pick, and I'm going to explain my views on this one right now. Thank you once again. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. You know how it goes. This is Boxing Hideout TV, home of the ass whooping. We're gonna get it started right now. We're gonna talk about Cash Out Keith Thurman and Terrence Bud Crawford cherry picking. Here we go. Welcome back to Boxing Hideout TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I am your host, Juice 8888, and today we're going to talk about Keith Thurman and Terrence Bud Crawford and why this fight is a disgrace. If it happens, I want to see the fight, but just not in July. Anyways, as you can see from the image here, I'm not very fond of this fight at all. Um, I like the image though. Here we go. All right, let's get rid of this real quick. All right, let's talk about this fight. This fight is a joke. It's a disgrace. Um, it's disrespectful uh, to the sport. This is a cherry pick. If Bud takes this fight in July, this is a major cherry pick. Let's just call it what it is. This dude has this dude hasn't fought in years. It'll be 2 calendar years since he's fought. And his last fight was a loss. And the fight before that, he nearly got his head decapitated by host Peter Lopez. And prior to that, he was out for years. This is a joke. This is a major cherry pick. I am not with this fight at all. I want to see Keith Thurman versus Bud, but it has to be after Keith proves that he can take a punch from a top 10 contender. I don't think that Keith Thurman at this stage right now can beat a top 10 contender. He's not even ranked. How do you get a title? They talk about Danny Garcia fighting the one dude who wasn't ranked. Terrence, Keith Thurman's not ranked. Where's they may move him up to the rankings. He say, hey, I'm back. I'm fighting now. They may push him aside for someone who's been active. This is a joke and a disgrace. Terrence Crawford takes this fight. It's a cherry pick. Cherry pick, major cherry pick. Keith Thurman hasn't fought in years. Years. And when he did, he lost to a 45-year-old senator. Got his ass torn out the frame, dipped and everything, put on his ass and everything. Pac was Ali shuffling at the end of the round. You see him shuffling his feet at the end of the rounds. He's having a good time in there whooping Keith's ass. This was his last fight years ago. And he's talked himself into a title fight. Jaron Ennis, how come he can't get a fight? Hmm? Virgil Ortiz has been calling you out. This is a cash out fight for Keith Thurman. This is a despicable fight if Terrence takes this fight. I don't care how well Keith talks his skills up. I'm the best. I'm smooth. I'm the lightning. When we get in the ring, you know it's gonna be lightning versus thunder because I'm Keith one time Thurman. Keith Thurman is shot. He hasn't been focused on boxing in years. This is a cherry pick. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout the theme of this video. It is a cherry pick on all fronts. This is a despicable fight. There's top 10 contenders who have been active, who are hungry and deserve a shot. Deserve a shot. They're not coming off loss. It's not someone coming off a loss. Oh, you said, oh, so it wasn't just any loss. It was the Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wasn't in his prime. Manny Pacquiao was one fight removed from his retirement. That's who beat Keith Thurman. He talked all that mess to the promotions too. All the mess made you think he was just going to go in there and stretch this dude out. Man, he whooped his ass. It reminded me that the arrogance that went into that fight for Keith Thurman reminded me of the arrogance of Tiafimo going into the George Kambosos fight. Same uh, level of arrogance. I can do it. I can go another one. Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. Another one. They act like the person sitting across them from the other on the other side of the ring is it's beneath them to throw punches back. And they keep doing it. They keep throwing punches back. And these dudes who we build up as Superman, their chins don't seem to hold up quite as well. I still maintain something bad happened to Keith either in the Danny Garcia fight or the Sean Porter fight. Something physically bad happened to him. I know he had surgery on his shoulder or something, or their hand or whatever it was, but not that. I'm not talking about that. Something he got hit with something that changed his life. He started saying, you know what, I need to think about my future. I need to maybe start a family. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't wait till you're 40 to do it. Mhm. Here's the thing. If I was Bud and I was going to take this fight, I would offer Keith 80-20 or 90-10. 90-10 split. Nothing more, nothing less. Because he doesn't deserve to fight. He's basically cutting in line. You got to pay to cut in line. He's essentially cutting in line. So he should have to pay for cutting in line. He hasn't earned a title shot. His reputation isn't good. He lost his last fight and almost it was put to sleep the fight before that. This is a this is a major cherry pick. You know how shot Keith Thurman is? He's so shot that TMT was trying to sick Tank on him. Little Tank. That's how much that's how much they don't believe in Keith no more. From what you saw in Keith's last two fights, do you think he can take a Tank Davis punch to the chin? Does Tank hit as hard as Josepito Lopez? I don't know. I ain't never seen fight. They say he's fighting junior middleweights and stuff in practice and training and stuff. They say he goes after everyone. I don't know. I don't believe in Keith's punch resistance. If Bud takes this fight, it's a cherry pick, 100%, without any tune-up to prove that Keith is still a contender, still has a desire to win, can get hit and keep going, and not or even better yet, dispose of his tomato can easily, to dispose of the top 10 contender and make it look in spectacular fashion. Don't cut in line. There's people who've been fighting within the last 2 years who deserve a shot. What have you done? What have you done? Your last win was years ago. Your last good win was even years before that. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. I would offer 80-20. And here's the science of this one. If Bud were to take this fight, if Bud were to take this fight, I would offer. I would if I was his management, I'd say 80-20. And me, I'm rooting for Keith Thurman to win. If Bud takes the cherry pick, I'm rooting for the cherry to win. Sounds counter to my argument. I'm a big Keith Thurman fan. Love the way he fights. Always brings it. This is no diss to him. It's respect the sport. Keith Thurman, if Bud takes his cherry pick fight, Keith Thurman comes into the ring with the greatest built in excuse for losing you can ever have. I wasn't good in the first place. You saw what I did against the 45-year-old senator. I'm shot. I haven't fought in years. I just needed the money. He can do that right now, and I wouldn't even, I'd be like, that's some G shit. You know what I mean? I just came for a check. I love it. This is a scam of a fight. Let me give it a comparison. Let me compare this to something. Okay. Bud will knock out Keith Thurman in 7 rounds, maybe 8. Depends on what they agree upon because I know it's fixed. If he takes this fight, he's only going to take it if Keith agrees to lay down for him. Other than that, if it's a real fight, seven, 7 rounds, 8, he'll be dusted. I compare this fight to. Mm, I was gonna. I'll compare this fight to. I was gonna say Oscar versus Chavez. I'll use that comparison for a different example. This example I'm gonna use is Roy Jones versus Felix Trinidad. With no context, if someone told me that Roy Jones beat Felix Trinidad and didn't give me any context to it, I'd be like, damn, that's a great win. Felix is a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. Beating him isn't easy. Not everyone gets to beat Felix Trinidad. With no context, if someone told me Roy Jones beat Felix Trinidad, I would say that. But then I'd start asking questions. How old were they? What weight was it in? What weight was it at? How many fights did Tito have prior to the fight with Roy? When were those fights? You know what I'm saying? These are the questions I would ask. Oh no. People are sitting there like, yeah, we like Keith. Keith's got a name. I'm telling you, man. If Terrence Crawford takes the fight, I'm rooting for Keith, 100%. Not because of anything I have against Terrence Crawford. The only thing I will have at that point against Terrence Crawford is that he took this fight when there were more deserving fighters out there for him to take on. Keith Thurman's not deserving of a title shot fresh off of a loss 3 years ago or however many years ago it was. Doesn't make sense. He didn't fight last year. He didn't fight the year before. And is it 2 years or 3 years? I might be saying wrong. He might be have been off for 3 years. It might be two. I'm not gonna go look at the date on the last time they fought or something like that. I'll do that another time. But it wasn't recent. He doesn't even have a fight coming up now, not a tune up. He could go to a club and take on the number 15. Go fight the number 15 contender. Go on ESPN or Showtime or something and just fight a regular fight, man. Show us that your chin is there. Show us that you got the fighting spirit. If Bud knocks him out and he retire and say he retires, that'll be two fighters in a row that Bud retired. I don't, I don't, I don't like, I don't like when people are beating down fighters who retire their next fight. It means that wasn't their prime. Oh, that's all it means. It wasn't their prime. They beat and they beat fighters who have one leg out the door already. You know what I mean? Is Keith committed? Show us you're committed, Keith. Take on the number 10 contender, take on the number 11 contender, the number 15 contender, 14, any of them. Even I would prefer top five, to be honest with you. If you're calling for a title shot, you got to beat one of them boys who's at the front of the line. Terrence would only take this fight based on who Keith used to be. We have no evidence that he's recovered from the beating that he took from Josepito Lopez, because in his next fight he got his ass whooped, and that's the truth. I'm against these cherry pick fights. Okay, if it's a stay busy fight, if you call Keith Thurman a stay busy fight and say this is just a tune up for something better, I'll go along with that. You better not try to slang it on pay per view. If it's just a tune up, you better not try to slang it on pay per view. It should be on ESPN or Showtime or whatever you negotiate with since you've left Bob Arum. And that's the truth. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We need to build our following up. This is Juice 8888, aka Juice Berry Boxing Hideout TV. Go to Twitter. Go to Facebook. Any of you'll find us online everywhere. Boxing Hideout TV. But make sure you go register at boxinghideout.com. Get on there and chat with the people on there and let them know that Juice sent you. And we're gonna keep this interview going. Um, Once again, if Terrence Crawford takes this fight, it's a cherry pick, and I'm rooting for Keith to win. I might even put money. I don't bet on fights too much, but I might even put money down on the fight just out of principle, because he's gonna be a huge underdog. Obviously, the only thing I like about uh, this fight is that Keith is a master promoter. The only thing I don't understand though is there's really no money in this fight. Bud already proven he can't sell no tickets. Ain't nobody outside of Nebraska coming to see his boring ass. He doesn't promote his fights. He doesn't talk trash. He's really respectful. I don't know if I'm going to see a fight when he's going to fight or pillow talk. Two people pillow talking. You know what I mean? I know he's going to bring it in the ring, but if I'm watching the promotion and I see how nice and humble he is, it doesn't make me um, it doesn't make me interested in the fight. So this is what I like is that Keith Thurman does know how to sell a fight. He's a very good talker. I love, and his fights are action packed. I don't have an issue with Keith Thurman. I just don't believe he's focused on the sport right now. He may get focused enough for a fight with Terrence Crawford. After he gets dusted, he will retire again, and that'll be the point that I'm trying to prove is he is not focused on boxing. It's not his it's not his thing right now. It's just not. Um, we're gonna I'm gonna say one more thing about this fight, man, because it's a disgrace. Um, I understand the dilemma that Keith is in. I really do. Okay, I understand the dilemma he's in. Okay, and this is no disrespect to anyone or that's married or has children or anything. I have children. I'm not married, but I have children. Okay. Um, when Keith got married, his wife married a champion. Okay, he left to get healed, and he was champion when he left. He had just come off um, doing really good, and good for him. And he is hurt, so he needed to heal. So he heals, goes to Africa, and gets better, and he gets married. Okay, and he's champion. Okay, and he hasn't fought in years though. When he comes back to host the Peter Lopez fight, he has his new bride with him, and he's champion. Okay, so she sits there and watches her husband fight, and he almost gets slept. Okay, cool. Next fight, he gets put on his ass and stripped of all his accolades. Okay, all of that, all just took his shit, just took it. Old boy just left. He just left the building. He's Pacquiao just left. Say, listen, thank you. This shit is mine now. Get on. Go somewhere. He sent Keith packing, tail tucked between his legs. Mind you, he's married. She had married a champion. He hasn't fought in years. What black woman do you know is going to sit by and let a man not work for years and be okay with it? What money does he have coming in? I'm just keeping it real. Whatever he's doing, I'm sure he's fine. I'm positive he's not broke, but I don't know. Am I positive? Once again, what woman is going to sit around and watch a man be unemployed for years and not say shit and just be okay with it? Like, go ahead, honey, it's okay. You don't got to work. Keith is desperate. I would offer him 80-20. He needs the money. I would offer him 80-20. He's desperate. He'll take it. To cut in line, not have to fight a hungry contender who may whoop his ass. Free payday. The only thing though, 80-20 with Bud ain't much. Bud can't sell no. Yeah, Bud don't sell no fights. Can't blame it on the lack of opposition. Sean Porter is a media personality. People love Sean. They don't love Bud. He's a good, great fighter. Just boring. He don't sound like no boxer to me. You know, wow. Well, that's not true. He says I'll beat you up, I'm gonna win, and all that other stuff like that. But I don't know, man. His style of promotion is not. It's not the way to go. It would be different if he was representing a country or some sort or something like that. But he don't even got that going for him. He's representing a state, not a big one. The people there in Nebraska, no disrespect for them, but they're not paying Las Vegas prices for no fight. Those tickets don't cost the same as they would at the MGM. And the same type of people ain't showing up. Ain't no Tom Brady showing up to Nebraska to see no fight. Mm-mm. Them people in Nebraska are gonna have to leave their city to see you fight, man. But it better not be against no Keith Thurman. Not with his shot ass. That boy is gone. Last time we seen him, he was on his ass getting beat down by a 45-year-old senator. That senator was putting his foot up Keith's ass, saying, "You want some of these body shots? Just digging in, just digging and just ripping that body, tearing him up. The judges were kind. They gave Keith some rounds, but we saw the fight. He didn't win. It wasn't close. He landed a few shots here and there and stuff like that, but the senator was putting that foot up that ass. The senator's retired, so he's not fighting no more. So that ship is gone. So I don't know what Bud can prove from this. He's not going to lure the senator out for a fight because he beat up Thurman. The senator's done. Meth Head Manny is not fighting no more, man. He's getting all his dirty secrets out. The boxing commission's in shock. Like, so you were doing meth, huh? What other drugs were you not telling us about, Manny? That's a whole nother discussion. We'll save that for a different occasion. I'm just letting you know Keith Thurman is shot. And until he shows that he can beat a contender, not Robert Guerrero, not Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz, fight someone who's active and is motivated to win. Prove to us you can beat one of them fighters. These dudes be skipping the line, man, using Al Heyman to get them fights when other people have been putting in work, knocking people out, deserving it. That's why I was riding with Cambosis. Disrespect to him was disgusting. Once again, it's another discussion for later date. Cambosis got Teofimo driving that cab again, going back to get a regular job. Teo's going to get him a regular job now. He's going to be a regular 9 to 5 dude, man. His future's in jeopardy, man. But you know whose future's not in jeopardy? Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has options. He doesn't need Keith Thurman at all. So why take the fight? Because of what Keith used to be? Just to, is it? I want to fight the same guy that, or I don't know what the motivation to fight Keith would be for Terrence Crawford. I don't even see the connection between them two. Were they amateur enemies or something? If it's something like that, maybe I would go along with it. Maybe it's a score they've been trying to settle for a long time, but I don't know about that, man. Keith is desperate, needs money. I do know about that. One time is got some tax problems probably or something. Someone's on his ass. I don't know if he's got tax problems. I think he's he's not dumb. I gotta make sure I don't make this sound like I hate Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is as a promoter that I am. I think that what he or I think that he's brilliant at what he does. Man, he is the best talker in the 147-pound division. Him and Sean Porter are the best. Well, him and Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, I would say, are the best talkers at 147. Even though Danny's threatening to go to 154, I pray to God he doesn't. But I like Danny. I hope he doesn't go up to 154. He's gonna get beat up pretty good. Unless, like I say, he might be S&M type dude. He might like that pain too. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna sign out on this one right here. This is boxinghideout.com. Oh, this is Boxing Hideout TV. Go to boxinghideout.com. That's the website. Go to the website. Go register with boxinghideout.com. Get on there and talk to those fellas there. Let them know that Drew sent you. Go to the Twitter page. Go to the Facebook page. Go to everything, man. Just go to it. Join, subscribe, and we're gonna keep bringing you that real troll shit and stuff that these other boxing casts they have their own agenda. I have no agenda. I just take and look at what is there and decide for myself what is the best way to attack that situation. You guys have been giving people credit that don't deserve it, and you haven't been giving people credit who do who does deserve it. Boxing Hideout TV, we're the home of the underdog. We support all the underdogs, man. We're not just rooting for the favorites. We root for good competition and clean promotions is what I like. I like the promotions to be clean. I like to see the arguing and the I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna, you know what I mean. Sell the fight if you're gonna sell a fight. Sell it. Enough with the PC bullshit. Anyways, this is Juice 8888, aka Juice Berry, Boxing Hideout TV on YouTube once again, on Facebook, on Twitter. Go to boxinghideout.com. We're whooping ass. This is the home of the ass whooping. We're coming for you, all you chumps. Once again, this is no diss to Keith Thurman. If Bud takes this cherry pick, if Bud takes this cherry pick, I'm rolling with Keith. I'm always gonna go with the cherry pick. You think this is an easy fight? You think I'm a bum? That's why you took this fight. I don't think Keith's a bum. I just don't think he's focused on boxing. That's not the same thing. Okay, he may be focused for this fight, but I want to see him fight against someone who's got heart and wants to show him that you don't deserve to get that title shot. A title shot he did not earn. He didn't earn it. That's that's what I'm saying. What you did in the past doesn't mean anything. You lost your last fight. In the fight, anyways, you haven't fought in years. This is a cherry pick. If Bud takes this fight, I'm rooting for Keith, and I'm gonna even put money on Keith to win, just because I know he's gonna be underdog. And if at least if I win morally, and he does win, then at least I gain something out of this bullshit. But I want to see Keith in with a contender first to prove that he still has something left in the tank. Once again, this is Juice 8888 with Boxing Hideout TV. Go register to boxinghideout.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Mm. Anyways, you guys be cool. This is Boxing Hideout TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Peace.